And welcome to, would you believe, the next to last topic time interview in April of 2026. We have an unusual show today. We're actually going to a dance studio in the city of Newton, Mass, the Garden City, from Carver, Mass. This is the city by Plymouth, Mass, and we're going to have a great show tonight. I'm interviewing, well, one woman who was like part of the administrative scene over at the school. I believe it's called, what's the name of the studio? Clara?
Dance Dream Studio.
Dance Dream, okay.
Dance Stream.
Stream, gotcha, not Dream, gotcha. Okay, and we're going to have a great interview with her. There's actually a class going on as we speak, and the students want to be on TV while we're doing the interview, and that's fine. We always love spontaneity on the show, but of course, before we get to her, I got to read these great underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So, we have Equestrians Anonymous down the road here in Carver on Route 58. Quality use tax, saddles, equipment, show clothing, essentials, and gifts for the horse, hound, and human. We have EJ Auto Body Collision Center in Pembroke. Great to have them back after a few years. We have the Riverside Cafe in Wareham, open 6 days a week, all except Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They make the best breakfast from the Riverside Cafe in Wareham, open 6 days a week, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They make the best breakfast from Boston to the Cape, and they have DoorDash delivery. We have Carver Jewelers, Ronald Aaron Liley, Delano Goldsmiths right here in the building. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We have Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. We have Evan Young Realty. That's my brother Evan, the realtor. And we have DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists at Abington going the other way on Route 58 in the northerly direction. And that's it. So I want to thank you guys very much. And now, Clara Allen, you're the, what is your title at that school?
Studio manager.
Studio manager. Okay. And you said that we're going to talk a little about you because that's what I do with everybody that I interview, but then we're going to incorporate the class going on behind you. And I can see some faces there. I think they know what's going on. So tell me about, you mentioned to me, we talked on the phone a little bit a while ago, and you said that you became into a dance, you went from being a student into being part of the administration. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long have you been a student? All right, let's look at the timeline first of all. When did you become a student, and how long did it take for you to lead you to become someone in the administration?
So, I started dancing as an adult. My husband and I went for our wedding, and then I just never stopped, and I became deeply, deeply obsessed with dancing, and couldn't stop going. And then we actually moved. So we used to live in DC. And so I started dancing in 2022.
All right, hold up a second. DC, you mean Washington, DC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, all right, then you obviously made a transfer because you're not in DC now. You're in Newton, Massachusetts. How did that come to be?
Correct. So a few 2 years after our wedding, my husband and I moved back up to Massachusetts. So we're both from here. I grew up in Newton. He actually grew up in Carver.
Carver, no way, right here.
Yeah, which is right there. So he's from the Plymouth area. And so we both knew that we wanted to go back to Massachusetts. So we just decided to make the move. And that was last year. So I immediately upon arriving knew I needed to find a dance studio because I could not stop. And so I tried a couple, and this was my favorite by a landslide. So I started as a student, and my husband and I just started taking lessons here. And then it was kind of via a conversation about what I do full time and kind of my skill set, which is around organization and processes and just kind of managing logistics, that Yulia brought me on as a studio manager to help her kind of just navigate all the details.
Sweet. Okay. Now, just curious, what kind of administrative background do you have? Were you college educated? And if so, where did you go and what did you major in?
So I did go to college. I went to Davidson College in North Carolina.
Okay, my birth state. Interesting. Okay, go on.
Oh, wow. So many connections.
I know, crazy, right?
And I majored in psychology, which is both not related to anything and also related to everything. But my background is in events and operations. So that's what I do kind of full time, which just applied really nicely to this because really at its core, it's detail management, logistic management, project management, all of that stuff. So then I just came on to help Yulia.
Okay. So now you say you and your husband did you want to learn to dance because you wanted to dance at your wedding? Is that kind of what sparked it? with
Yeah.
him?
Yeah. We
Okay.
did a full kind of choreographed dance for our first dance at our wedding. So we did a lot of dance lessons for that.
Okay. Is that down in DC?
Yeah.
Oh, you were married down there. Just curious, did either of you work for the government? I just figured DC, maybe you did.
No, funnily enough, we were just there by happenstance and just also happened to both be from Massachusetts.
Okay.
He went to school down there, and after I graduated college, I just picked DC as the place I wanted to live. So it was complete happenstance. And then we ended up moving back up here.
Okay. Now, the studio that you're at, the dance stream, do they teach all kinds of dancing? I mean, I guess is it just ballroom dancing, or are there other types of dancing too? And is it all ages or just children? Or
Yeah, it's a wide variety. So we,
Okay.
as you can see, we have classes for children that run kind of with the school year. So
Okay.
like September through June, we do kind of, I think probably 4 or 5 sessions of classes for youth. And
Okay.
that is all sorts of ages. We have very beginners, which are, kind of 5, 6-year-olds, all the way up to 17. And it just depends on the level you're at. There's all sorts of levels offered throughout the season. We also have adult classes that happen throughout. So again, all sorts of levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced, that are available, and anyone is welcome. They happen in kind of 6-week sessions. So you can always jump in and start a new session when a new one starts. And then in terms of types of dance, so it's all ballroom dancing, but there's lots of different things that fall under that category. And it also kind of depends on the interest we get. So typically the standard is we'll do swing, we'll do cha-cha, we'll do rumba, we will do maybe some of the like waltz tango options. We can do some jive in there. And then we also do salsa. We have salsa classes that happen on Thursdays. And then when people are interested and when we have enough people for a class, we'll do hip hop.
wow.
We have
Okay.
some hip hop instructors that we will bring in when that comes up. And then of course we have private lessons. So you're always welcome to come in and book a private. And we have a bunch of different instructors that do all sorts of different dancing. So it depends on what you're interested in.
Just curious, how big is the staff with instructors, and how many out there?
So Yulia is the owner.
Okay.
I'm the studio manager. We have a salsa instructor,
Okay.
and we have a additional instructor that comes in as needed. The other thing I forgot to mention is we do lots of wedding couples. So just the same way that I came into dancing, we bring in a lot of wedding couples. Dance Stream has been kind of best of weddings on the Knot for many years. And this is our busy season. So we've got lots of couples coming in and out. So we have multiple instructors that will come in as needed to cover those. And then we just kind of rotate them through.
Well, speaking of wedding dances, do you actually hold weddings at the school? Have you ever? Or would you ever?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I don't believe it's ever happened.
Might not be a bad idea. I always try to give ideas to my guests that may behoove them down the line.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the building that our space is in
Really big enough. It looks like it is.
It's very big enough, but
Yeah.
it's in a church. So we rent a space from a church in Newton Highlands.
Okay.
And so I'm sure there are many weddings that have happened in the building as a whole. And this is a great space.
Yes,
But don't think there have been any that have been hosted here. I could be wrong. I've only been here for about a year, but
well, okay. Well, I'm just saying maybe it might be time to suggest it. If not, it might be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. We talked about. Excuse me. You want to maybe go out there and highlight the class a little bit? Feel free.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I'll bring you guys
take a little
back.
break, and she's going to give us a little tour of the class and see
Yeah.
if any of the students. Well, I don't know I don't want to interrupt the lesson, but I mean, if any of them want to, show, it looks like they're showing off as I speak, looking behind you.
Yeah, I'll bring you back there. So
Okay.
we have our spring student showcase. It's taking place May 10th. So
Okay.
all of our students are getting really ready for that and practicing all their dances. So that's what you're seeing behind me.
Okay.
So I'll take you back there and you can take a look and hopefully meet Yulia because she's right there.
Okay, that'd be nice. Okay.
Excellent job, girls. Very good.
Do you all want to say hi?
Hi. What grace you all have. You're amazing. Keep it up. Looks great.
Thank you.
This is Yulia.
Hi, Julia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What a nice group you have there. That's fantastic. And the whole world's watching. So they're all getting their hands-on dance lesson as we speak here. Or feet's on dance lesson. That was great. Okay. The truth is, I didn't hear any music at all, so that's good. I don't know. Are they playing music back there? I didn't hear any.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, they
No,
are.
I'm sorry. It made it easier, but I could.
Okay, good.
We can still see.
They are playing music, but
they
I
are
think
playing music.
the sound is kind of filtering it out.
Yeah, it filters out because that's fine. I mean, that's great. So I gotta look and see how they dance. They look great. It looks like she has a great setup there. But it looks like you got a couple of dozen students, and that's wonderful. They all look like you said, they look like they're in the range between 9 and 12.
Yep.
Now to me, when I think of ballroom dancing, I've never really done that, but I always think of it as like, co-ed dancing, men and women together, but I guess it
Yep.
doesn't have to be. But it looks like you just have girls there today, right? You have a lot of male students too?
Yes, we do. And that is absolutely a part of ballroom dancing is partner dancing when you
Right.
have two partners and you're dancing together. But there are plenty of dances that can be done solo. And then also for these types of situations when you're in more of an ensemble, you're dancing together as a group. But we do have male youth students,
Okay.
we have male adult students, we have male instructors and female instructors. So depending on if you're coming in and you are a solo person, you do not need a partner to take lessons or to take classes. We have all of those that we can pair you with when you come in. And so it really depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to compete, we can find you a partner to compete with. There's so many different kind of avenues to take within ballroom dancing, which I've learned because I was new to it 4 years ago. So I learned a ton in the past few years about what you can actually do.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking you mentioned hip hop. That's kind of interesting. In the same studio as ballroom. And and then when we were talking earlier, I mean, you were telling me that the students are pretty young, and I'm thinking at that age, all they might want to be interested in doing is the hokey pokey. But I guess that's not the case, obviously.
No, yeah, yes. Listen, the youth classes are the most dedicated and
Oh, yeah, I
they
can
take
see
it very
that.
seriously. And they are very into all of it. So you see kids coming in with all sorts of both experiences and also
Right.
interests in terms of what they want to do. And Yulia hosts a camp over the summer where all the kids will come in and they get to do a lot of different things like hip hop. She'll bring in some rhythmic gymnastics. She'll do all sorts of different types so that they can get just a wide variety and then decide what they're most interested in.
Okay, that camp is held at the school too, same location?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I gotta ask, you love dancing so much, why don't you do some instructing as well?
I don't think I'm quite there yet. I have a bit more training that needs to happen before I get to the point where I can instruct other people because I'm still learning. I feel like dance is one of those things that as you get better, there's just more to learn because it gets more detailed and more nuanced and you start to realize what you don't even know.
Okay, go on. Yeah, oh, you're right.
No.
do they ever hold aerobics classes in there?
Not in my experience, I don't believe so.
Okay.
But that is another type, some kind of like exercise dance classes, aerobic
Exactly.
dance classes. Yeah, definitely another way to get dancing and actually exercise with it because it is great exercise.
Oh, I know,
It is.
that's what I mean. It looks like that, yeah, I mean, that's very
Yeah.
important. You want people moving, you want them, feel, burn a little bit, work up a sweat, obviously, that's the deal.
Yeah. And I will
yeah.
also mention that dancing is actually one of the top kind of preventers of Alzheimer's and dementia. It
Okay,
is
well, at my age, I
so
definitely
good for
need
your
to
brain.
prevent that, as I'm in my late sixties now. I feel pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's so good for your brain. So it's good for your body and also good for your brain.
Okay, so how many, so what about, like, you ever danced competitively? I know you mentioned it is competitive ballroom dancing, but it's friendly competition, right?
So I've never danced competitively, but that is something that Yulia and the studio will do with the students. So we don't host competitions. We
Okay.
have showcases and we have opportunities for our students to kind of show what they've learned, but not in a competition setting.
Okay.
We do have, if students are interested in competing, we will absolutely kind of facilitate that. And there are a number of competitions that we as a studio go to throughout the year. Pretty locally, but there's so many in Boston and surrounding areas. So we will do that. And, if you want to compete with a partner, we'll find you a partner and, get you trained and get you ready to go. So that's definitely an option if you're interested in that as well.
Do they have like any kind of correspondence with the local schools to get some of the students involved that are in local schools in Newton and in vicinity to come into the studio, or do you guys go to the schools and help teach dance there if there's enough room in some of the said schools?
So we do have a lot of schools, a lot of different schools in the area that come,
Okay.
or a lot of students from different schools
Right,
in the
that's what I
area.
mean. Right.
We at this point don't have like a particular relationship with the school where we're going in and out, but the students will perform at different kind of festivals and showcases and things that come up. Last year, I think they were in the Newton. There was a festival in Newton Center.
Okay.
And they performed in that, and we're actually holding our showcase at a local school in 2 weeks. And so we're definitely involved, but we don't like go to the school to teach or anything like that.
I understand. What about PR? How do you reach out to the world, basically? And that's number one. Number two, how long has the school been in business for?
Great question. In terms of how we reach out to the world, mostly social media right now.
Okay.
We're hoping to kind of expand that reach. We are always looking for new folks to come in and enjoy our studio. So we are going to be expanding that, but mostly social media at this point and emails. And then in terms of how long the studio has been around, so Yulia has been dancing for 27 years.
Wow.
She is,
He only looks 27.
yeah, right.
Wow.
I will tell her you said that. So she's been dancing for a very long time, and all over the world. She's,
Wow.
Been in multiple championships. She is a very well decorated dancer.
Cool.
And then 12 years ago, she started her own studio. So she's taught at other studios in the area, been teaching for a very long time. And then 12 years ago, started this studio. And I think I misspoke before. She's been teaching for 27 years. She's been dancing for much longer than that.
Wow.
But yeah, she's been teaching for 27 years and then decided to start her own. So Dance Dream has been open for 12.
Oh, wow, 12 years? Okay. You've been there for the last year, you said, right?
Yes, I am very new in comparison to the history of the studio.
It just occurred to me, I know it's kind of silly. You know what a Mexican hat dance is?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe if I saw it, I don't know the name.
Well, it's kind of, I don't want to say violent, but it's kind of a blunt dance where a Mexican conquistador will take a sombrero, which is a Mexican hat, and stomp on it.
Okay.
With and it's almost like if you ever saw the commercials for Doritos, I don't know, like the potato chips. I don't know. I've never even seen it, but I've heard of it. It's kind, it's a stomp dance, basically. And
Interesting. I'll have to look it up. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I know. I've never really seen it either, but I've heard of it. So I thought I'm just trying to figure out all the is Julia from? Is she from? I mean, is she from a different country originally? Because I'm trying to figure out if she's got a cultural background in different dances from different parts of the world.
Yes. So she is from Israel.
Israel. Okay.
But she lived in Italy for a very long time, dancing there. And like I said, has danced all over the world.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is incredible. And I guess I'm trying to. I guess that different parts of the world have different dances with different histories, and I assume she has. It's almost like being multilingual and working for the UN. She probably has a vast knowledge of different dances from all over the world that she can teach to anybody.
Yeah, she knows all the dances. And honestly, the most impressive part to me is that she knows both the lead and the follow part.
Okay.
So she can jump into any situation and tell you exactly what you should be doing. And as someone who is a follower and has tried to learn the lead part, it is very difficult, and really makes your brain work. So I am consistently impressed with her ability to know both sides of every dance.
Okay. And on that note, Clara, we're in the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me and you found the work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what I want you to do now. Quick question. Are you on Facebook yourself?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
we all are.
You're all on Facebook. What I'd like to do when we're done is I'd like to connect with you on Facebook, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my tech man Jason. He's going to take a picture of us, and then if we can connect on Facebook, and Yuli's on Facebook too as a personal account. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to friend both of you on Facebook, and then I'm going to send a pic of us, if it's okay, to you, and then you can share it with her. And then say you had a great time with me. Then when the show is edited, which should hopefully be next week, I'm going to text it to you, and you can share it with as many people as you want. And then and then you have my phone number, and if any of those students want to do my show, talk about what they do, that would be fantastic. So
Okay, great.
Anybody you know specifically, I mean, they're young and everything. That's up to the parents.
Yeah.
But for anybody in the adult dance world that you think might be a good guest for my show, or anybody you think might just be interesting for whatever reason, I mean, I pretty much reached out to you willy-nilly on Google today. I just needed a guest for the show, and I always say everything happens for a reason, and it turns out it worked out great because you were a great guest and you had a great thing going on there. So
yeah, it's great. And I'll definitely think of some people. I think there's a few people at the studio that would be great fits. So I'll pass them along.
Yeah, give my number to anybody. Now, what I'd like you to also do is if you have any people that you want, a lot of people are going to see the show. So if you want to give shouts out to anybody before we wrap it up, go ahead. It's up to you.
I appreciate it. I'm just going to shout out Dance Dream Studio because they are the best. And everyone should come and take a lesson, take a class, and dance, because it is truly the most fun thing.
Okay. Now, the other question, do you have anything coming up on the horizon, that you might want to mention that has to do with dancing or anything else before you wrap the show up? I just want to make sure we didn't forget anything. It's up to you.
Absolutely. So first and foremost is our student showcase, which is happening May 10th.
May 10th. Yep.
So a wonderful way to celebrate Mother's Day.
What time?
It's at 10 a.m. on May 10th, which is Mother's Day, and it's going to be at the Newton Community Theater, which is at the Lincoln Elliott School in Newton. And it's going to be both kids and adults showcasing their work. I don't know. I know you can hear the music, but it's Mamma Mia themed. So it's going to be great dancing music, great costumes, very fun. And everyone is welcome to join and watch. You can get tickets at our website, which is dancestreamstudio.com. But we also we host events here. We host socials, and we'll have another showcase in the winter, and those types of things. So keep an eye out, visit our website. We'll send it out via social media. But yeah, we would love for everyone to come.
Oh, you had to mention the winter. We're getting over the last one.
I know. I don't like thinking about it. About it. It's coming up.
I know. We want to look. Okay, that's fine. All right. You did a great job. I'm going to wrap the show up. And now when we're done with that, I'm going to write whatever graphics you want to add to the show when we add the graphics. And then, like I said, I'm going to have you stick around, and my tech guy, Jason, will take a pic of us for Facebook, and then we'll connect. And then you'll tell everyone, hopefully, what a great time you had. I'll tag you and you can tag me.
Great. That sounds perfect.
Right? Okay. All right. We're going to wrap the show up. Okay, folks. April rolling out, May rolling in. More great Topic Time shows coming up on tap. So rolling on and snapping out.